All right, Shalom. Let me make sure this is working. Video's been not recording for some reason. Didn't record the voice yesterday. Not recording for some reason. Didn't record the voice yesterday. Okay. Let me check. Okay. Let me check. All right. So it seems like it's working. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this video. Need to delete that. Yeah, I don't know why, but my voice wasn't. It wasn't. Some reason it was not working on that whole video. I didn't realize until I got back from the plantation today. So I'm going to go back into this video again and go over what the Lord put the Spirit on me to go over that day. Salakia for the people who were trying to tune in. I'm going to come back and redo it. And let me do this. Yeah. Let's do that. I'm going to do a redo. Go over here. Got some topics I also want to deal with tonight. Lord willing, I can get into it. And also do this. I'm going to try to make this a little fast. So Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, West Indian Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that are scattered across the four corners of the earth. Got to give our praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give our praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, our Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone led me to this truth and faith and sincerity, who have been ordained by the flock or been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we be part of that number. Lord willing, this be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, and is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. It's a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing the truth and believing this truth across the four corners of the earth to the best of their abilities. And we're going to get back into this lesson that I did yesterday. And we're going to try to do it fairly quickly so I can get into what's been going on today. So I just tried to do it and it messed up again. So right here, North Korea's intercontinental ballistic missiles could hit central U.S. in just 33 minutes. Chinese scientists say, but we're going to look into it real quick and then we're going to tie in some scriptures. Let me bring this up closer to where you can see it. It says North Korea's ICBMs can convincingly penetrate the U.S. missile defense system. A Chinese study found. A study simulated the launch of the Hwasong Songfo 15 missile towards Columbia, Missouri. On Thursday, North Korea test-fired its most advanced nuclear-capable missile, and that's why they've been testing it. North Korea ICBMs can hit central U.S. in just 33 minutes, according to the new Chinese study, which pointed to potential gaps in the U.S. satellite-aided system for tracking missiles. But when it talks about the 200 million missiles that are in Revelations, none of those are going to miss. A simulation run by the Beijing Institute of Electronic System Engineering found that one of the missiles could hit the U.S. mainland within 1,997 seconds, if not intercepted by a missile defense. But there's scriptures that I pulled up that shows that there's not going to be no missile defense system. There's not going to be one. Whenever the Lord sends these missiles to destroy America, Babylon the Great, there's not going to be no defense system. So let's get to the scripture. This is talking about the intercontinental ballistic missiles. Joel chapter 2 verse 7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. They're not gonna run into each other. They're not gonna miss where the Lord pinpointed them, because in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 1 in the Apocrypha, it talks about how his incorruptible spirit is in all things. So if he says something's gonna hit, it's gonna hit, and it will. So now we're gonna go here. North Korea's Kim calls for a nuclear attack preparedness against U.S. And that's the Lord preparing them, getting the Joel 3:10, turn your spirit, your plowshares into spears. That's the Lord doing this. So North Korean leader Kim Jong-un called for the country to stand ready to conduct nuclear attacks at any time to deter war, accusing the U.S. and South Korea of expanding joint military drills involving American nuclear assets. State media KCNA said on Monday. So this is what's going on right now, because America was trying to run some drills and North Korea is not happy about it. And the reason why North Korea and all them and everybody else in America, Babylon, everybody else who wants to get at America, Babylon the Great, is because of what they did in World War II and also World War I. But in World War II, they bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? Well, right here, which is Fat Man and Little Boy, the two nukes that were used in World War II, they're right here in the Bible, spoken first before they ever got a hold of them. Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. And he, who's that so-called white man, doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven in the sight and on the earth in the sight of men. That's what he did. That's what he did in World War II. Then it says, Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, which is United Nations, NATO, and the EU, saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image to the beast, which is what is that? 2 scriptures ahead, that grain of rice, the sea hip. Okay, that's what they did all this for, to be able to make an image for their demonic system to digitally enslave everyone. So that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. What was that wound? The Medo-Persian Empire that took down Babylon last time. But they did live because the Lord bring them out of the caves, and they did all this to deceive the world. That's why some over here it says they deceived them. That's what they do. That's what devil means, deceiver. And they live because the Lord, like he said, said Esau Edom, he said, we are impoverished, but we shall return and rebuild the desolate places. saith the Lord. He said they were going to do that, and they rebuilt all the places that were destroyed of Rome. And they went and did it, and they called it America. That's why we call it America, Babylon the Great. And it was taken down by the Medo-Persian Empire, right? Well, Medo-Persian Empire is basically now Russia. Okay, the spirit of them is basically modern day Russia. And in the Bible, Russia is Gog and Magog. So that's what's going on right now. So we're going to speed this up. North Korea launches missile into sea amid South Korea drills with America. Okay, and that's them, showing that they're not playing. North Korea launched a short-range ballistic missile toward the sea on Sunday, as neighbors said, ramping up testing activities to respond to ongoing U.S. South Korean military drills that it views as an invasion rehearsal. See, America's trying to rehearse to take over, and so are them. That's the Lord bringing all of these nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat, all the heathen. Got all of them trying to see who's going to be the next world superpower, and none of them are. Bahasham and Yahawashi will be. So now Miami Beach sets curfew to control spring break crowds after 2 shootings. And this is what it's going to lead to. It's going to lead to this right here. 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 17. Let's back it up a little bit. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because of martial law. And right now they're doing curfews and all that, based on the violence. And that's what basically they use these gun shootings and all that. They always use it to gain more control. Be like, oh, well, y'all need to be on lockdown. You'll be more safe. But it's really to trap you. Take that Quran and see it. And why won't they be able? Because of martial law. And then it says, verse 18, for because their pride, the city shall be troubled and the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. But right here is talking about an earthquake. Shows a video of an earthquake, couple earthquakes. One of them was in Peru, was the one that I really wanted to pull up because we already had some about Ecuador, but I didn't have videos on it. So we'll watch some of that. It shows everybody running around, stuff falling off the buildings. It's a little jittery. My computer was not doing good yesterday. Yeah, it's feeling a little better. You see cracks in the buildings. If another one happened, a lot of that stuff gonna crash to the ground, man. A lot of that stuff gonna fall to the ground. Crates. It did some damage, all right. It did some damage. Earthquakes ain't nothing to play with. week ago, another 5.9 hit Colombia chaos, or Colombia. Okay, a couple cities in Colombia. They were shaking out there, people staying outside. You know, this is how it's going to be in the day of calamity. They're going to be standing outside, trying to wonder what the fuck to do. You ain't calling Yahawashi, so you ain't going to know what to do. So let's move up a little bit. Go to scripture. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 47. That's what I wanted to bring up about it, you know, because the Lord's shaking up these places. Everybody keeps trying to make their stuff more nice and just keep building. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 47. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons. It says, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, saith the Lord. See, that's what's going on right now. They're still decking out the city. They're still doing whatever they want to do, and the Lord's going to destroy them for that. So Isaiah, make sure this is still recording. Okay. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, which is Yahawashi, because ye despise the word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. And our people do that. They're comfortable here. They keep living like this place isn't coming to an end. They keep trying to build. They keep trying to buy stuff. They keep trying to keep their stuff looking nice. You know, like they still want to be here. So this is verse 13. Let me refresh this. It's looking a little blurry. Right here. So they trust in the perverseness and stay there on. That's Isaiah 30, verse 12. This is verse 13. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, breaking, coming suddenly at an instant. That's how it's going to be. It's going to be an instant calamity. And Jake ain't going to know what to do because he didn't want to call on Yahawashi shot 2/3. They ain't going to know what to do. The Lord's not going to protect him in that time. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. And you know, you got those Christian churches that always try to say that the Lord doesn't kill stuff, like only the devil kills stuff, but the devil, Satan, spiritual demon, works for the Lord. Okay, so anything that happens on the earth is all for the Lord. Okay, it said even the wicked were made for him. Okay, for Yahawashi to destroy them. That's all they're made for, to be built up and destroyed. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I am he, and there is no God with me. So if there's no other God with Yahawashi, why would he have two names? He wouldn't say, you can call me Jesus Christ, you know, and then so-called white man make J's in the 1500th century, in the 15th century, and then say you can just call him that. That's not how this works. Okay, Bahasham and Rawchaa said he don't change. So if he don't change, if there's an alphabet letter that was made, and there's never been no J's in Paleo Hebrew, so that's how you know it's not him. That's not his name, because they changed it. Definitely the Lord did, because we sinned against the Lord. But it was a way to show the elect of Israel, Lord willing, be part of that number, that, hey, this is not my name. So it says, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So you can tell 2/3 all you want, but if the Lord ordained them to die in this, they're never going to come to the truth and repent and convert. You never will. So now this video that I played was, it couldn't really play at the time. It was really having some problems yesterday with the computer. But today, the reason why I bring it up, because they're doing this meeting during the Sabbath, which is Tuesday night to Wednesday night. This time, because it changes. You know, it always changes every month. You know, it's often new moons. So basically, um, I just pulled it up. You know, Lord put the spirit on, put it up to see what they're going to talk about. Because we're not going to know everything they're going to talk about. They're only going to show a little bit of it. You know, and they're going to, of course, talk about things that they're not going to put on the news. And we're going to see what they talk about. So we'll go past that. And this is something else I pulled up. This kind of shows like the wickedness of how these governments do. It says private firms profiting from asylum hotels. You remember they have private prisons, all types of private stuff. They always make money off of other people's calamities. It says private firms are making increased profits as the government pays millions of pounds a day to put up asylum seekers in the UK. The BBC learned it's been told 395 hotels are being used to house asylum seekers. How much more people gonna seek for safety whenever Jacob's troubles happen? That's how you know all these people are gonna take the sea hit, man. So you can't really trust a lot of people. You know, a lot of people are fine with living here and they don't want to leave. So let's go here. The state of the U.S. Navy and China builds up its naval force and threatens Taiwan. That's what they've been doing. They've been threatening Taiwan. Now there was no video for it, but this is what it says down here. It says the United States Navy helped secure victory in world wars and the Cold War by doing what? Bombing the other nations. That's why these nations want to get at America, Babylon the Great. Ultimately, because it's part of prophecy. Today, the Navy remains formidable fighting force. Even officers within the service have questioned its readiness. See, they are questioning. They don't even know if they're ready. They said they got about 300 ships. There's about 100 ships all around the globe. But that's not enough to fight off all the other nations against them. Okay? It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. And this is what's going to happen to everybody who's joined with them. This is Proverbs. Proverbs 16, verse 5. Everyone that is proud in heart, which is their mind, you know how they said a few the proud in Marines, talking about the military. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join hand, he shall not be unpunished. That's why you don't want to be part of the military, man. They're all proud. They think that they're really fighting for the good, and they're evil, man. And they will be destroyed. Everybody who joins hands with them will be taken out. But it just talks a little bit more about it. It talks about 200 ships, 150,000 sailors, civilians, and civilians make up 60% of the entire U.S. Navy. You know, and they just had in North Korea alone 800,000 people signed up. Okay, and then you got China, who's got the biggest naval force. Now think about adding all that together. Just them two. Not everybody else is going to join Russia in Ezekiel chapter 38, 34. America not going to have no chance, man. America made money off the other nations, and the other nations are done with it. Okay? And this is how we know, because it says Russia and China want to dispute the world order. How do you dispute a world order? You blow the other one up. Okay? But the Lord's just using Egyptian against Egyptian for them to take out each other, just like it said, so the devil will destroy himself. And then the Lord gonna come down and destroy them in the end. No, Lord willing, we get beamed up out of here. So that, you know, they say they want to rewrite the rules of the game globally. They want to do all that, but everybody wants to rule. But Bahasham Yahawashi is up next. Now we got right here. Pennsylvania woman mauled to death while feeding neighbor's dogs as young son looks on. Okay, and what I wanted to bring up about this was the reason why all these animals are attacking people is because we're under the curses. Okay, and the Lord took the spirit off of Israel that the animals would not be afraid of us anymore. So that's why they attack us and do shit like that. Like most animals, they wouldn't even come around us to do nothing. And we could command them to do stuff. That's how Noah was able to guide 2 of every animal into the ark without no problem. Because that's how it was back then. You know, the animals didn't mess with you. But Isaiah chapter 11, verse 8, they were meant to fear man. And it says, and the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand in the cockatrice den, which is like snakes. He just put his hand in there, and they wouldn't touch him. See? They could go down there and play with the lions or play with whatever. Any of the animals. Nothing happened to them. Nothing. But the Lord took that spirit because we sinned against the Lord. Now you get bit by a pit bull or chased by a dog, or, you know. That's how you know we in different times, man. So COVID-19 pandemic expected to end this year as the public health emergency, says World Health Organization. And that's them trying to deceive. I feel like the Lord put spirit on me because it talks about how they'll say peace and safety, and then sudden calamity come. You know, and that's what's going to happen. They're going to do all this, and then they're going to have the other next pandemic coming out. It's going to be that bird flu. Because right now, we still under the curses, and we're not going to be lifted from the curses until Yahawashi returns. And you got 2/3 of our people saying, we're not under the curses. We're not cursed. Okay. Whatever. But like I said, they're going to come. The other nations right now are receiving the harsher part of the curses. What we went through, you know, there's pandemics and, you know, them losing their money, banks failing, They're starting to feel it. They haven't felt it all the way yet, but they're going to feel it more, just a little bit. Then we got this guy right here waxing worse and worse. And this is just to kind of show that just because you're in some place, you think like, because you're in a suburb or anywhere, every place the Lord is designed to be wicked. Okay, this whole nation is completely wicked. That's why he said he's going to hit every inch of it. There ain't nowhere where you can go where there ain't no wickedness going on. But, right here it says Oklahoma man who cut out victim's heart sentenced to life in prison, man. It's Jake, man. Cut some woman's heart out, man. Who knows what she did? But all we know is this. Who knows what he did? But that was her judgment, man. And it's terrifying. It should put some fear in you. Be like, man, don't play with the Lord. He has somebody carve your damn heart out. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13. But evil man and seducer shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So that was my last news article I had. Lord willing is edifying to the flock. Salakia for the people who tried to go look at this video. And it's just a few people, But Salakia, I do this for the flock. This is what we do this for. And I'm very new, so Salakia for the few people who've been tuning in. I'm gonna call on Yahawah, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to those and apostles of great millstone led me to this truth. And Lord willing, this be edifying, y'all. So stay prayed up. Lord willing, I got enough time to, do some articles that I had came across while I was at the plantation today, and especially one with Amazon because I used to work there. So it was like kind of like a testimony, part of my testimony, show why the Lord took me away from that place because they're dropping everybody. And where I'm at right now, I actually have it's different. It's not. It's better. It's way better. Okay, and I'm not working as hard, and I'm still getting the hours that I need to be able to provide my situation. The Lord is taking care of me, like he said he would. And I had faith he would. That's why I went out on the limb and was prepared to lose everything for him. And I still got some trouble going on, but hey, if you're comfortable in American Babylon the Great, you're in trouble. Okay, you're supposed to not be comfortable. Like, I'm almost like to the point where I'm like, if I'm comfortable, I'm gonna go fuck up something to be uncomfortable. Okay, I don't want to be comfortable here. Okay, that's why I'm even thinking about, getting too many new clothes, getting shit. I don't want to get too much shit, because that can lift your heart up on high like them. Like Esau Edom, it said, don't take in none of his ways. Said, don't worry about the body and the clothing. It ain't nothing more than rain. That's why as long as I got my little bodysuit, where when it's cold, I can go out and teach sound doctrine. I don't really need no many more shit, I don't really give a fuck, I just want to get the fuck out of here. So shalom to elect Israel, stay prayed up. Want to give double honors to those and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out there that have been before me, that have been teaching, and all the Akim that are coming in new, trying to exalt the name of Yahawah to the best of their abilities. We know we don't know everything, and we never will. We might not have enough time to, but we want to learn as much as we can and build our faith every day some way. So shalom.